Former Governor Andrew Cuomo says that he is considering all options for his future amid the growing implications and indications that he is plotting a return to mainstream politics.
All right, that future may be clearer this Thursday, which is the last day for candidates to file the paperwork to enter the New York governor's race. Morgan McKay here now with a look at what Cuomo could be planning. Morgan.
This new deadline almost snuck up on us, Stephen Laurie. This is the first year that the primary will be held in June, which means candidates who wish to run in the Democratic primary have until this Thursday to submit 15,000 signatures in order to appear on the ballot. So what does this mean for former Governor Andrew Cuomo?
He could get enough signatures, but is he going to do it is the real question, and that's likely no.
Former Governor Andrew Cuomo, who resigned in August after facing numerous scandals involving sexual harassment, undercounting of COVID nursing home deaths, and more, is still weighing another possible run for governor. If he wants to run as a Democrat, he has less than 2 days to submit 15,000 signatures to the State Board of Elections. A spokesperson for the former governor said in a statement that Cuomo is continuing to weigh all his options. If Cuomo decides to run as an independent candidate, he has more time until May 31st to collect signatures. But his chances in a general election get worse.
The last time we had a statewide candidate elected from a non-major party line, it was the Conservatives, I think, was James Buckley. He got elected to the United States Senate, and that was a couple of generations ago. Very, very, very difficult to do.
But Cuomo has signaled that he would rather run as an independent candidate and create a new party line. However, when Cuomo was governor, he made it much more difficult for third parties to keep their ballot line after the Working Families Party endorsed Cynthia Nixon over him in the 2018 Democratic primary. Yet he may have found a friend in State Democratic Party Chairman Jay Jacobs, who is rumored to be thinking about also starting a third party line for incumbent Democrats in swing districts. Sharon Cromwell with the Working Families Party says they have seen these tactics before.
Honestly, this just looks like Jay Jacobs continuing the work of Andrew Cuomo and trying to attack the Working Families Party, despite the fact that we were instrumental in helping to flip the state Senate blue. Creating another party line is short-sighted, and it's actually just going to alienate the multiracial, young, progressive base of voters that are part of the Working Families Party.
Now, if Cuomo were to run as an independent candidate, he would have more time, but he would also have to collect more than double the amount of signatures. The most recent poll has Cuomo coming in second, but 8 points behind Governor Kathy Hochul.